Now that we got to know our team, it is time to finally jump into a game, our opening day game against the Los Angeles Angels. I'm going to play the full game, get all the sights and the sounds that we like, talk about some of the decisions that we might have with some of these players and things like that. But it's going to be a interesting way of getting to know this team truly without just looking at ratings and seeing some of these batting stances, pitches, repertoires, and things like that. So let's jump into the game and let's see how we do in our opening day. Can we get a win to start it out? So taking a look at our projected record, they got Colson Montgomery coming up and leading an average OPS. Luis Robert leading in home runs with 20. Andrew Vaughn with RBIs that was 73, not a lot. Luis Robert with stolen bases 22, and Colson Montgomery, who is not on the team right now, is the projected leader in WAR with a 3.9. And our projected record 67 and 95, which is a step up from 121 losses, but definitely not where we want to be. We want to try to compete year to year. And here's our Sean Burke, who has a lot of question marks to say the least. Definitely a fourth or fifth spot in the rotation type of guy, but we're gonna lean on him to be our ace, and he's gonna have some help from the weather today. With a rainy day, the offense might be hindered a little bit. We'll see if it helps us in this game. And with the first pitch, our catcher already wants us to throw a 12-6. We're gonna throw it. It's right over the middle, played easily by the third baseman Miguel Vargas for an easy first out. So one pitch, one out. You love that. Getting a quick look at the Angels lineup. You got Kevin Newman, Nolan Shanuel. You got Mike Trout, Jorge Soler, Luis Rufino. Just a bunch of another team that probably struggling a little bit to get some key guys on that roster, you know, being carried by Mike Trout. And another first hit that goes straight to our first baseman for an easy play. Andrew Vaughn with a good catch there, but 2 pitches, 2 outs. Looking like it's going to be a quick inning for our ace, Sean Burke, right now. And 3 pitches, 3 outs. Mike Trout grounds out, and that's a fast 1-2-3 inning. We are playing on Hall of Fame right now, so we'll see how that affects us both hitting and pitching. Maybe we go up, maybe we go down based on how we're doing. We tried dynamic, not a big fan of it, so we're going with a Hall of Fame. And we're facing Kikuchi, who was 9-10 with a 4.05 last year, 120 whip, and 206 strikeouts in 175 innings pitched. So definitely a strikeout machine. And we got Miguel Vargas, who came over from the Dodgers, really struggling after coming over from the Dodgers, and even struggling with the Dodgers. Once known as a pretty good prospect, can he rekindle some of that that he had in the past? He is somebody that hits the first pitch real well. He has the quirk of a great first pitch hitter, so occasionally we will look to swing on that first pitch and see if we get a good one. But the future for Miguel Vargas and this White Sox team, and our White Sox team that we're thinking about creating, is up in the air as we swung at a ball there. That was a terrible chase, and we get an easy first out for the Angels. But his ability to stick with the team and be a piece on this team is going to be one of the big question marks that we have to answer as a GM. Taking a look at a lineup, as I showed you in the past, you got Vargas, Robert Jr., Benintendi, Vaughn, Slater, Sosa, Lee, Amaya, and Taylor to wrap it up. And here comes Luis Robert Jr. The storyline for him is, will he be a White Sox in the future, or will he be traded? Because it's a big potential that he gets traded depending on what we could get for him. So we'll keep an eye on that storyline. But he's entering the 6th year of his career with the Chicago White Sox, coming over from Cuba after he defected from Cuba. You know, a highly touted international guy, and the White Sox were able to get him. And just like Jose Abreu makes an impact, not as much of an impact as Jose Abreu, let's get that clear, but not as healthy either. He has struggles to stay on the field. I looked at his past stats, everything under 100 games, or I think 100 games was the most he played. And he had a 38 home run season a couple of seasons ago. So can he rekindle some of that power that he had as we take ball 4? A nice at bat right there to start with Luis Robert Jr., but he's going to be a fun guy to watch moving forward. And ex-Red Sox Andrew Benintendi, You know, I have some history of knowing this guy. The first round pick that he was, coming to the Red Sox, getting traded like he did. Um, Definitely a good bat. Struggles on the defensive side of things. Has a good arm though, so maybe that's something we could work with. But definitely wish for a better fielding on out of him. But we'll have to deal with what we got with him. And as we drop to 0-2, we're gonna try to contact swing here and see if we can keep it from going to a easy strikeout. Nice. We'll take that easy. Lewis Roberts got a 99 steal, so we're gonna go. They pitch out. Robert with an easy steal there. 99 base stealing is OP. I love it. Good steal. That's the type of baseball we want to play. We want to swipe bags, get into scoring position, and knock them in from there. But back to Benintendi. He's only one of the only good left-handed bats we have as well. He's signed for a little bit as well. I think he signed for 3 years, but he's making 15 million. Is he worth 15 million? We'll have to show that early on in the season and during the season completely to say that he's worth that type of money. As we take strike 3 at the knees, definitely had to swing at that. That was a good pitch. Just looking at that, you don't want that right there. Andrew Vaughn, a former first round pick, just like Benintendi, has been up and down, mostly down in his career. Kind of like Tristan Casas, but he's on the right side. He's a 6'2" or 6 foot first baseman, another first pitch type of guy. So if we get a meatball down the middle on the first pitch, we will be swinging because he has that quirk. But is he going to be a part of this future as he gets a hold of one? Is that going to stay fair? It goes foul. What a massive shot that was by Vaughn, but he was too early on it, sending that foul. Can he knock in his first RBI? It's up the middle, and we're going to be sending him from third, and he's in. The first run for the White Sox is knocked in by Andrew Vaughn, who is quote-unquote going to be our leader when it comes to RBIs, as you saw with the projection earlier. So our early 1-0 lead. We don't get Vaughn. Vaughn's not a stealer. He's 9 speed. Oh no, 31 speed and 9 stealing. So you're not gonna see him go at all. He's not gonna put any pressure. We got Slater up, who's kind of a platoon veteran guy that, you know, is more for the locker room and for experience than anything else. So Slater, not much of a storyline to pay attention to him as he faces a 2-2. And he strikes out with a high fastball. We were pretty late on that. So we get one in with Andrew Vaughn single up the middle. That's huge. Give it a little run support to Sean Burke, and let's see if he could get another fast inning. All right, you got Jorge Soler, and you got a pretty good control from Sean Burke. We're thinking about messing with the control because I feel like I get a lot of first call strikes. Pretty good at keeping it in the zone for the most part, as we miss wildly with the 12-6. 12-6 is a great pitch. I love the 12-6 curveball back with the Tim Lincecum days, as he smokes it up the middle, almost took the head off Sean Burke for a base hit, the first hit for the Angels. So we're not gonna get a no-hitter today. I know it was only the second inning, but you always could hope. All right, second batter, can we get a double play? We're gonna start with a high fastball. That's gonna miss outside the zone. All right, down the first base line. Nice play by Vaughn. Are we going to be able to get 2? We do. A great play by Andrew Vaughn. So good double play there. Gets us out of trouble. And Sean Burke, let's see if he could settle down and really start to mow down this Angels lineup that has a lot of question marks. On the 1-2, can we get a call strike? Oh, that was right on the edge. We didn't get the call strike there, but maybe we could get it here on this corner pitch. Inside, we missed, so we worked the count to 3-2. Right now, Sean Burke has 14 pitches through an inning and 2/3, and that is a great pitch count so far. And we get him on the fastball on the outside corner. A huge play, huge strikeout there. So we're able to jump into the next half inning and see if we can get some run support for the Sean Burke in his debut. Now up, Lenyn Sosa. I believe it's Lenyn. Lenyn. Lenyn Sosa. Second baseman, young. Could be a part of our future if he develops a good glove and kind of fits what we want to do. But right now, I wouldn't say he's really fitting exactly what we want to do. Not a lot of people are on this team, and it's good that this team doesn't have a lot of commitment to guys, so we could move people around and kind of build this team the way we want. As Lennon Souza has a 2-strike count, he gets a curveball, a 12-6, a nice play by the shortstop, and he throws him out. What a great play there by the Angels shortstop. And here's the catcher, Corey Lee, and he is in the majors right now, but he's got Kyle Teal breathing down his neck. Him and our backup catcher, both Thice, have Kyle Teal breathing down their necks, ready to kind of play in the MLB, but we're going to give him a little bit of time in AAA, let him put up some numbers, and then maybe a few weeks in we call him up, depending on how he's performing. But Corey Lee, not really a part of our future, kind of just a placeholder type of catcher right now, as he fouls off the 2-strike pitch. So placeholder in this catcher position, maybe he could put up a good season, and we strike out with the slider, as we say that, a nasty slider that we chase, a nice strikeout by Kikuchi. Jacob Amaya, who is a shortstop that plays a bunch of different positions for us, kind of could play all over the field. He is young. He's another guy that isn't really going to fit what we want to do in the future as we foul off a slider, but you know, has that youth that he could keep growing a little bit for us. At 26 with a pretty decent fielding, you know, the bat's not there, so we'll see how he goes, how he develops moving forward, but you know, not really a key piece of our future. A lot of the key pieces to our future are in the AAA or AA at this time, and you know, haven't seen major league action and potentially could see major league action this year. Can Amaya put up a good season and kind of play his way into the future of this team? As he takes a fastball on the outside corner, makes a good hit with it, follows the fastball to right field. Easy play, an easy base hit, I should say. Amaya started off the season on a good note with a nice hit to right center. The journeyman Michael Taylor, who's got great fielding, does exactly what we want on the base, in the field. Not crazy on the base pass, not a great hitter, but does what we want on the field as we get picked off. Oh man, what a mistake by Amaya after a good hit to get him on first base. He gets picked off easily there. Sean Burke here in the third inning is going to start off with a hit for the Angels with Taylor Ward taking Sean Burke to left field with a bloop single. Can we get another double play like we did in the last inning? All right, we got JD Davis in the 0-2 hole. Can we get him to chase this high fastball? He lays off on that high fastball, but the double play is still open, so let's see if we can get him to at least ground out. And he takes strike 3 on the inside corner. Just watching that one, so a nice strikeout, second strikeout for Sean Burke, and let's see if we can get the double play to end the inning. We get the ground ball we need here on 1-0. First, second, and 2 outs right there. The double play is turned. A great double play made by the defense, and that's what we want to build this team. A great defensive team that could turn double plays like that, make a lot of plays that most people can't, and really put the pressure on the pitching staff to keep up with what we're doing on our side of things. As Michael Taylor comes back up after dealing with that pickoff in the last half inning, can he start us off well in this inning and kind of be that second leadoff hitter? And he does with a rope to right field, a base hit. Michael Taylor on first. He's also pretty good on the base pass, so he could also put pressure for us, just like Luis Robert Jr. does. All right, Miguel Vargas, and you got a really good base stealer on first base. Can we get him to second? I'm gonna try to steal here. Let's see if we're able to get it. As we swing at the circle change, he got a late jump on that. So we're not gonna steal on this pitch, but we might on the next pitch, depending on how this goes. And Miguel Vargas, we don't even need to think about it as he takes it to left field, puts it in the bullpen. What a shot by Miguel Vargas, 373 feet. Gets a home run to give us a 3-0 lead, giving some run support to Sean Burke. Miguel Vargas hopefully could bounce back and kind of rekindle some of the hype he might have had coming up. Luis Robert Jr. on the first pitch misses it. A nice strike there, and that was good timing too, so it's crazy how we couldn't even get contact on that. And the 12-6 curveball gets us to swing and miss. So 0-2 real quick to Luis Robert Jr. And I really do wonder if we're going to trade him or not, because he does fit exactly what we're trying to do as he rounds first and has another chance to get another stolen base, starting off the season 2-2. So shout out to him and the way he's playing right now. So Andrew Benintendi has a chance to go ahead and send him in if he's able to get to second base, and we're thinking about it. We're not just going to sit there and let him not get to second base. He's got a chance to do it again. He already picked him off, or tried to pick him off, I should say, and has one pick off so far this game. A fastball right down the middle. I can't believe we missed that. Oh, a nice slider gets Benintendi. What a good pitch that was. I'm going to try to steal here on the 0-2 count. Can we get him to second base? As that's outside, it was a breaking ball as well. And Luis Robert Jr. with another stolen base. Absolutely tearing up the base paths right now. So here in the third inning, we already have Kikuchi up to 48 pitches. And it's a 1-2 count with a runner on second base with no outs. So it's like having a leadoff double, even though it was a single. After we started off with a single, a home run, and now more pressure added onto this Angels pitching staff, or Kikuchi to be exact, as we come on 2-2 and swing and miss. We should have just laid off that one. That's his fourth strikeout. Andrew Vaughn, who knocked in Luis Robert Jr. in the second inning, or the first inning, has another chance here. He was just shy of a home run as well, as he hit it foul and gets ahead on that one and pulls it into the left stands. So a 1-2 count. Can we get a base hit to at least knock in our runner on second? And it's going to be a high fly to center field. Definitely not going to be able to move the runner over on that one. So Slater has a chance to get an RBI here as he knocks it up the middle, and that is going to score Robert easily. A good hit there, perfect timing, and we're up 4-0. This offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Not much of a base stealer there on first, so we're gonna try to just get a hit and see if we can continue this rally here in the third inning as we go 0-1 on that fastball. On the 3-1 pitch, do we get something to hit? We do not, and he walks him. So Kikichi having a tough time right now. This inning, 7 balls so far, and he's thrown 20+ pitches. And we're already able to chase him off the mound as Kyle Hendricks comes in to clean up this inning and also take a few innings on early in the season. You definitely don't like to see your starter only make it to 3 2/3. Actually, it was only 2 2/3 if I'm being honest. We haven't even finished the third inning. I thought we were in the fourth. As we smoke that one up the middle, that should score another run. He's going home, and it's not in time. Corey Lee with an RBI with a straight rope up the middle. And this offense is on fire right now. Getting hits from all throughout the lineup. Can we keep it up with Jacob Amaya? And if we do, we will get back to Michael Taylor, and that will be all the way through the lineup in this inning. And we do not. We get 9 batters exactly as we wrap up that third inning. And Sean Burke's got plenty of run support and could kind of pitch to contact here in this inning, and also moving forward depending on how the score goes. Sean Burke here in the fourth inning. That's going to right center, and a great play by Slater running in to grab that. Good play by Slater, able to get the first out of the inning, and it's raining pretty good. Will Sean Burke be able to complete this game, or will this game get called off just because of the rain? It would definitely be a momentum killer for Sean Burke, who's pitching really, really well so far in this game. And Sean Burke pitches to contact, going out to left center, and look at Amaya trying to make a play. Wasn't able to get there as he gets an easy bloop single into left center field. I feel like somebody else could have got there. If we had the speed in the outfield like we want in the fielding, I feel like we would have had somebody get there, but that's the hits you give up when you don't have the right fielding or speed out there. And with a runner on first and 1 out, we got Mike Trout at the plate. We got to be careful with him. We know the damage he could do, so hopefully we could get him to ground out into a double play in this inning. That would be perfect as he ropes it down left field, and that's just gonna go foul, close to a double. That would have been dangerous if that got down. As we go on a 0-2 pitch or a 1-2 pitch and a strike there, we strike out Mike Trout. So 2 outs, the third K so far for Sean Burke here in the 4th inning. All right, we got a 0-2 count. We're gonna throw a 12-6. He goes for it and makes contact. A good two-strike hit there, or a 2-strike foul off to force the pitcher to throw more pitches. I'm gonna try to get him here on this fastball, and he fouls it off again, trying to force this inning to prolong a little bit. And we get him on the high fastball. Sean Burke with a strikeout to end the 4th. He is on a roll right now. And Michael Taylor gets into one. That's going to deep center field and just shy of the warning track. Got into one a little bit there, but definitely not enough to carry this out. Now, Gil Vargas, after hitting the home run in the top of the 3rd, I mean the bottom of the 3rd, can he get another one here as we take the first pitch? Will Miguel Vargas play his way onto staying on this team? Is the question mark. That's one of the storylines we got to pay attention to, because he had the hype and he has the tools as he smokes it into right field for an easy out for the right fielder. I wonder who would actually be in on Luis Robert Jr. Who would offer on him? How many teams are going to be interested? The 2-1, we ground it up the middle. A great play by the shortstop, and he makes the throw. What a play by the shortstop. What a play to end the inning. So we got a 2-2 count here in the 5th inning, and the thunder is banging in the background. The rain's coming down. You don't know if this game's going to continue or not. I really hope it does, because Sean Burke is pitching really well and deserves to complete this game as he throws a 12-6 curve that gets smoked towards the dugout. On 2-2, we're going to go inside with the fastball. He lays off. So we got a full count. What are we going to give him here? They want a 12-6 curve. We're going to give it to him. Will this 12-6 get him as he grounds it to first base? But that's going to be foul once again. A 10-pitch at-bat so far. What an at-bat this is, as we're going to give him a fastball this time. No off-speed, and we miss, and he walks, takes a walk on 11 pitches. What a good at-bat that was. All right, 0-2 count to the second batter. A circle change just misses. And can we get him on the 12-6 on this 0-2 pitch? And we do. Swinging and miss. What a good pitch by Sean Burke. And like I said, I love that 12-6. 5th strikeout so far. So 1 strikeout an inning as he faces Taylor Ward here. Let's see if we can get a double play to end this inning. And he's going to smoke it into left field. That's going to get down. That's going to be fair. And a ground rule double probably saves a run. So luckily that's a ground rule double. And that Taylor is 2 for 2 in this game. So with 2 runners in scoring position, can we get a good, all right, 2-1 with 2 runners in scoring position. And we get him with the 12-6 to make it 2-2. So the 2-2 count. We're going to try to have a fastball go off the edge. He does not chase it. So a 3-2 count. Can we get the strikeout? I think a ground ball to the left side. It scores the run. Can we keep the shutout going? On the outside, that's going to short and an easy play. But that does score the run. So 5-1, the first run given up by Sean Burke. A ground ball through the hole there. Is he going to be able to score? Throw to the plate, and a great throw. Benintendi with a great play defensively. I know we talked about his defense, but makes up for it there with a great throw from left field and gets the out at home base. Almost made it a 5-2 score with the inning continuing, but he's able to nipped that in the butt immediately with that throw. So Benintendi, after that great play defensively, what will he do with the bat? He rolls it over to first base, an easy ground out to start off this inning. And with the 1-1 pitch, Slater's going to get into left center, and it's going to be easy play for the left fielder. So far in this game, the question marks about Sean Burke being our ace kind of being answered. We'll see how he sims as well, because we're not going to be able to pitch every game, but when we're using him, pretty damn well. Doing a good job as a 25-year-old. And on the 0-2 pitch, we're able to get the call on the outside corner with a slider. Sean Burke with a 6th strikeout. What a pitch that was. All right, another 0-2 count. Like I said, I might turn down the control user-wise because I feel like we get to 0-2 counts pretty easily as we get the strike out there. Even on Hall of Fame, it seems a little too easy. So we got Sean Burke getting tired, so we got to keep that in mind. We should start probably warming somebody up. Alright, so on a 1-2 count, can Sean Burke finish off with another strikeout to Mike Trout? Mike Trout drills it into center field for an easy base hit. We left that over the plate when we shouldn't have. Alright, we got a 1-0 count. We got a run on first. We got a ground ball to short. Easy play by Amaya, gets us out of the inning. So 6 innings down, 1 earned run baseball from Sean Burke, who is pitching like an ace right now. I don't expect this to hold up, but right now he's pitching like an ace. Lennon Sosa is an interesting guy. Like I said earlier, he has the youth to kind of stick around as we swing and miss on that one. The stride is ugly. I'm not a huge fan of batters that don't have a longer stride because it kind of throws off the timing of everything. He has a real short stride. On the 2-2, we get a ground ball to short. That's going to be an easy play. That shortstop's been busy. He's made some good plays today too. Corey Lee with a pretty good start, 1 for 2, but he's going to get an easy ground out to second base there. Definitely going to be fun to see what happens with Kyle Teal and how fast he'll be able to come up and kind of take the starting position from these 2 platoon catchers that we have. Entering this 7th inning, we got a couple guys up in the bullpen. We're going to see if we can get a little bit more out of Sean Burke, who's been pitching really, really well so far. So let's see if we can get maybe an inning or 2 left out of him. I don't think 2. 2's a little bit of a stretch, but can we get 1 more inning as he goes down 2-0 early on here, showing some of that lack of durability or lack of energy here late in the game, with only 78 pitches so far. A fastball inside, he lays off, so that's going to be a walk to start the inning, kind of telling us we should move on from Burke. He's pitched real well, but I think it's time to get somebody else in, and we got to wait a little bit of time because Vassal's not ready yet. Now we got to wait a little bit of time while those guys get warmed up and give him 1 more batter. Hopefully it's not the one that opens up this game for the Angels offensively. And a double play ball for Burke. Maybe he could finish out this inning after a great double play by the defense. So a 5-4-3 double play sets him up with 2 outs here in the 7th, and he could potentially finish out this inning after we were ready to take him out. And that was only because the relief pitcher was not ready yet. So Burke able to throw down 7 innings is going to be a plus for this team as he goes up 0-2 immediately on the next batter. And can we get this batter with a low fastball? He does not chase. So 1-2. We're going to try to get him to chase a slider outside. It goes over the plate. It's a ground ball to third base, and Sean Burke gets out of the inning and throws 7 innings of 1-run ball, acting like a ace in the making. We love to see it. Miguel Vargas, who had the home run in the 3rd inning, back up. He's 1 for 3 for today, but that one hit being a huge one. Playing himself into a career with the White Sox potentially if he continues to hit the ball pretty well like he has been today, because even without just that one home run, he's been pretty good with making contact and making good contact as well, as he misses the circle change, doesn't make contact there, and gets to a 0-2 count. So we'll see if we're able to save this at bat after going down 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. It is strike 3, but it gets by the catcher. Can he beat the race to first base? He cannot. So a strikeout and a throw out there for the catcher. Luis Robert Jr. with the 1-2 count gets a strike and misses the circle change way too early, and Kendricks gets out of that inning pretty easily. 1-2-3. All right, making his debut with the Chicago White Sox, you got Mike Vasil with a 92 to 97 mile per hour fastball, 12-6 curve, a long relief pitcher. Could be a starter for us, but we have him coming off the bench or coming out of the bullpen. Can he, keep his place with the White Sox? He is a Rule 5 draft pick, so if we do try to send him down, he's going back to his original team. So maybe he could have a little bit of a career here with the White Sox as he gets the first out on a fly ball with J.D. Davis. He's facing the bottom of the order, so a nice, easy start to his career, taking the bottom of the order against the Angels. And Yohan Moncada is a ex-Chicago White Sox, ex-Red Sox as well, who actually went over to the White Sox in that Chris Sale trade. He panned out to be really good, and then, moved on to a better team after dealing with some injuries. So, we miss him. I think he would have been a good piece to have here, but we got other pieces that we have now. Can we get him on a 2-strike pitch, a 12-6 curve? And there it is. That 12-6 curve is nasty as we get the strikeout there. And on the 3rd batter, a ground out, a easy play there. Vasil doing really well in his debut with a 1-2-3 inning. And now we got Adriel Perdomo who's coming in, who's got a 3.72 ERA last year, played in 30 games, had 6 holds, and only played 29 innings out of that. So we'll see if we're able to rack him up a little bit here in the 8th. Not a good start for Angel Perdomo, who's got a 3-0 count to Benintendi. He fires in a strike there, but still we got the count in our favor. Can we get a hit with Andrew Benintendi, who is 0 for 3 today? Definitely somebody I'm most likely trading. Traded from the Red Sox, and now going to be traded from the White Sox as well, from a Red Sox fan. So that kind of speaks to the love for Benintendi. And with 2-strike pitch, he gets a hold of one, going to right field. That's carrying. Mike Trout at the warning track makes a play. Warning track power from Andrew Benintendi there. Andrew Vaughn would be a good storyline if he could actually pan out. He is 1 for 3 today. Can he make it 2 for 4? First pitch swinging, he makes contact, but that is going to be an easy fly out for the center fielder who gets into left center. Easy fly out there. Slater, who is 0 for 2 in this account, gets a fastball down the middle. Is not able to do too much with it as Mike Trout goes to right center and makes an easy play. But he's 1 for 4 today, so not a bad day from Slater. Not a bad day overall from the offense, as we had 7 hits and 5 runs. And where we got the ability to close it out here in the 9th. Vasil, who just came on in the last half inning, is going to be able to try to end this game for us. And I wonder if he gets a save. Because he faces 6 batters and we were up by 4. I think he does. Not a huge fan of that, but it's all right, I guess. So at 0-2 count, Vasil on the outside, and that's gonna sneak into right field for a base hit. This game is far from over as Mike Trout steps in with a runner on first base. Can he have some magic? He's gonna roll over to shortstop. A 1-2, a double play, 2 outs there. Nice easy ground ball for a easy double play for the shortstop Amaya. Jorge Soler with 2 outs here in the ninth. It's all but over for this White Sox team, who are looking to shock the MLB with a good season in season 1. We do have the 10th overall pick. We will do some scouting probably in the next episode, and we'll start to kind of form this team the way we want it to be. As on a 1-2 pitch, we're going to go with a changeup on the outside, and it just missed. Going with a fastball outside high. Can we get the pitch? And he fouls it off. Jorge Soler with a good foul off there. One more 2-2 pitch. Can we get him to swing and miss? And we miss up top. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Outside fastball. And we get the call, and the White Sox start off the 2025 season with a big victory to move to 1-0. I don't think this is going to last, but we'll take it. Start off 1-0 on the season, and we've got some storylines to really think about moving forward. Will Robert be a part of a winning team? Will that keep him on the team? If we start losing, do we move him earlier than later? And will the bats hold up the way they did today? 7 hits and 5 runs. And Sean Burke, is he an ace? Is he ace caliber? He did have 7 innings pitched with 1 earned run with a big victory here. So shout out to Sean Burke and this White Sox team, out overperforming their status in this one. So with the first game in the books for the Chicago White Sox, we get a 5-1 victory and 7 innings of one earned run ball from Sean Burke, our ace. Definitely something we should look forward to as far as the storyline is. Sean Burke, can he maintain that? Can he be a good pitcher for us? Can he be that #1 pitcher that we need? But to look forward to the next episode, some of the things we're going to look at is the actual debut, or not debut, but our first look at Noah Schultz, our top prospect left-hander. We're going to take a look at his game. We're also going to take a look at Tyler Gilbert, not Tyler Gilbert, Hagen Smith, if we can. We're going to take a look at him, and then we possibly will take a look at Grant Taylor. We got some fun pitching prospects down in the minors. We also got Kyle Teal, which we could take a look at, see how he's doing, maybe get a few swings with him. Edgar Quero is another guy we could get a few swings in, but we're going to spend some time building these storylines with these prospects and just building the overall storyline with this team, and potentially taking this team up to a playoff spot, or close to a playoff spot, and overperforming our status in this league based on overall. We see the overall, but these are not the numbers we care about. We care about the numbers that we get on this screen. So if we can get some good seasons from some people, we got Colson Montgomery, who we also got to take a look at. That's going to be a fun one to see. So that's some of the stuff to look forward in the next episode as we start to kick off the season and start to build storylines and build a connection to this White Sox team that is now 1-0. But that's going to do it for me in this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time.